another man legally.
In this case, should she just continue with the man and see it as she's married without needing to inform the man she's presently married?
The man deliberately dumped her, and he will face the judgment.
What if she caused it? What if she caused it? What if she frustrated him that he left?
Talak has taken place. Talak is a form of talak.
I think I accept it.
I mean, oh, brother. Okay.
No, go ahead. Assalamu alaikum.
Oh, from the voice I know.
Alhamdulillah.
There are many people I know them with their voices.
With only my voice. Oh, alhamdulillah.
Some I don't know them.
Alhamdulillah. I'm just going to refer back to the last questions that you answered regarding regarding women taking things from men. I mean, I used to tell my own ones that you have to be generous. You have to be generous. You don't have to be stupid, but you have to be generous. You having intention of being with somebody, Allah has blessed your hand, and then you have intention. Alhamdulillah, you're hoping and believing that it's going to work out. But I still go, it's not a matter of throwing things at women to impress them. But at the end of the day, you have some men that 24/7 have got their hands in their pockets. They have got their hands in their pockets and they won't take it out. They go out or they are going with somebody and they don't offer help or, just like you rightly said, you have to open your eyes to make sure that that person is not we're not going to turn into a milk token. But at the end of the day, being generous to each other is also something that I think is something that is good, that sort of appreciating each other. I want you to sort of look at it in a different way and just let me know that, my idea is wrong or right.
Of course, Islam allows men to buy gifts for the women they are planning to settle down with. You can buy gifts. Islam, I will tell you something. You find it very strange. If you are buying a gift of your prospective wife, the intention is not for the sake of Allah. Is to win her heart more and to make sure things work out. If that lady says no later, Islam allows you to take back all you have spent for her. Because what is the essence? You are showing her this because you want her to be your wife. And if she knows that as well. So if she now says otherwise, Islam says, take away your gift from her. So, yeah. But you can't do that if you are married. You just have to be spending on her till your last breath. So being generous is good, and presenting gifts to make sure things work out is also good. I'm a man. I'm a cheerful spender. Whoever that stays with me will understand that if I'm good, she will be good. And but not because, not to the extent of being wasteful or extravagant. So you have to, I know at least also work on now. Can buy a gift. There's nothing bad about it. Yes, holy Islam for me. What's the answer? Kilo, family. So There are many things like that. It is Islamic, but it's quite funny. There's evidence for it. So it's good to be generous. It's good to be cultured as well.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. May Allah accept this as the part of ibadah for all of us. I've got 4 questions, please. I will make it. It's
not up to 12.
The first question is that. Okay, I will make it short. Yeah.
Okay.
The first question is that.
Okay.
Yeah, so that will end the questions today with this. Yeah, because
You are even taking his time now.
So, okay, the first question is that maybe someone is making dua for you, and is it okay to say inshallah, like making dua, inshallah? That's the first question.
Say amin.
Amin. Okay, but is it okay to say inshallah?
It's not the man. I don't buy it. Why would you be saying inshallah once someone is praying for you? You don't want Allah to do it then? If he wills, he should do it. If he doesn't will, he shouldn't do it. If anybody prays for you, say amin.
Okay, everybody. Okay. Yeah.
If anybody.
Okay. Yeah. The second one is about back home. If they want to make dua for you, maybe some Alpha want to make dua for you, they will say, okay, after we finish Quran, we will slaughter a ram. Is it okay? Yeah. Some people say, if some people say it's not proper, they will say, you must there must be a sacrifice after Tawassul al-Quran, and we need to slaughter a ram. So sometimes I used to tell them that it's not okay, but our mom back home, their mentality is that this thing is right. But if you want to tell them that it's not right, there will be a big argument. So I just want to ask, is it okay for someone to make dua and slaughter a ram afterward?
My advice to people who ask this kind of question is that don't wait to be told that you have to do sadaqah before you do it. Sadaqah is a very good thing. It generates Allah's blessings. It averts evil. So do sadaqah before you are told to do it. And if you are told to do sadaqah, do not lean on it. For example, like soothsayers. Dying Sarah. Kì í ṣe tọ́lọ́run mọ́. Ọlọ́run èyí kan sọ pé kíníkan jáde ń bẹ ara o. Sàárà dá wà lọ́tọ̀. Iṣẹ́ wíwò tẹ̀ dá ń tẹ̀ yóò di kèfèrí báwọn. You understand? Ká ṣàdúà kò sí ní tó burú mbẹ̀. Bá ṣàdúà nǹkan ṣe wá. Ọlọ́run ní qul ma ya'ba'u bikum rabbi lawla du'a'ukum. If not for your prayers, I would have catered for you. But it is for your prayer that I'm catering for you. So we have to be prayerful, and if we can organize prayers for ourselves, and some people we can contract some people to do that on our behalf. There's nothing bad about that. Though there are divergent views of scholars on it, but my position is that there is nothing bad about that, and I have my evidences. But it is nowhere to be found.
Okay. What about if they say maybe you should give them money for service, like
of course
for prayer?
You are taking their time.
Okay, yeah.
You have to pay them.
Yeah, okay.
Again, we are underpaying our malams.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
I told someone in where you read the one yesterday that why were you someone with me in the car yesterday when I was coming for Juma here. We are telling our fans to find another job to do because we made them whom they are today. For every question, we have to be charging money. If you are paying me, can you go to the hospital for medical consultation or to your lawyer for your legal services without paying him? But we don't pay our allowance. After taking this time, all these things, I'm not saying it of now. I read it, I took my time, I bought books, and it's free. So we are underestimating the value of our scholars. For every question, we have to be paying them. If you want pristine Islam, and if we want good lectures to be dished out, because they are hungry. After taking the larger percentage of their life by Muslim scholars, they will now be sourcing for another way of livelihood. It's not good. Why would somebody pray for you and you let go of it like that? Why would somebody teach you something about Islam and you won't appreciate it? It's not good. So all these big scholars we are mentioning today from the Asia part of the world, they are paid. Most of them are paid for their services. They are not poor at all. Even the Saudi government, I'm very, very sure of this, that they have special accounts for their muftis. They are big scholars that they should spend the way they want. They should be lacking finances. If a scholar, is starved, he would dish nonsense fatwa. So if any Afa works for you, is that maybe prayer or Islamic consultation, questions and answers like that, or teaching, please do them well.
Okay. So the second part is yeah, okay. Jazakumullah khair. Fasting in the month of Rajab. My sister told me that she asked me the other day that are we in the month of Awearubo? So I told her that there's nothing like Awearubo. I only told her that during Shaban, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to fast a lot, and there's a hadith from Aisha that Prophet used to fast a lot. But you know, like I said, their mentality is that the Awearubo is already stick in their brain or in their mind. So it's difficult for us to convince them. But the only thing I told her is that there's nothing like Awearubo. We can fast a lot during the month of Shaban. So
you can also fast in Rajab as well.
Yeah.
You are not exempted not to fast in any month, especially Mondays and Thursdays, and
definitely.
Three mid-month days. So Ayyamul Bid. So it's that. So the name Awearubo, we don't know where it came from. Just tell them that our fathers named it Awearubo. It is not compulsory, but it is highly rewarding.
And the last one is the way the Hausa, because I came from the north.
Okay.
Like it's common to them. If they marry, they will say, Nabaki Seki Daya, Seki you. Is it part of their culture, or is from Islamic culture? Like I give you Nabaka Seki Daya, Seki Biu. Sorry.
It is a misconception of Islamic culture.
Yeah,
I divorced you.
Divorce.
Okay.
Seki Huku. Seki Gudada, Gudabi, Gudauku.
Okay.
They will pronounce it 3 times and yes, and it holds in their own belief. It is a misconception of Islamic culture. You don't toy with a human being like you. So it has procedures.
Okay.
So now say Keki, if you say that to a woman and you mean it, then you have to wait. She has to observe Iddah for 3 months. And we have to examine the reason why you are seeking her. It has to be examined. If it is filthy, you have to be held liable for that and educated. Never, don't say this, don't joke with it. Allah does not joke with talaq. It is halal, but it is the most disgusting halal to Allah. And whoever cheats a fellow Muslim or a fellow human being will be dealt with mercilessly by Allah. So don't be a zalim, don't be an hypocrite in doing it. Did you mean it? I meant it. Okay, what did she do to warrant this? So that's why I want to advise as well, as I've suggested that every Islamic organization in UK, Nigerian organization in UK should have a youth wing. I am also suggesting that they should have a counseling unit, proper counseling unit, employed professional Islamic counselors. If you don't have, these our scholars, let's sponsor them on Islamic counseling courses. 6 months, 3 months, they will be back. It is done in Egypt. Leadership counseling, leadership courses as well. If they are not well trained, they won't have things to offer us. So we have to equip them well to have better training from them. It will complement the Islamic knowledge they have. So for you to just alter the wife is something very, very serious that we don't need to be joking with it. So it is not good the way they do it over there. I mentioned it when I was delivering my lecture. So they have to be educated, well educated, because they are messing up with our women over there. The cheapest thing you can find in that part of the world is women. They are cheaper than water, honestly, because of maltreatment, misconception of Islamic principles.
Last question, then I'm done.
You have 5 questions.
The question was fast, so I didn't expect it to be. The last one is, if someone died in Yoruba land,
okay,
because it happened to me. Someone died, and my mom said, Kwesi, I was like, no, there's nothing like that in Islam. Anyone that want to come and greet someone for death, they should come and greet and they leave. There's no point of killing ram just because you want to entertain the guests. But that one, it turns to a big argument. So I let go. Is it a sin for me, or is it a sin for someone? Maybe someone died in your family and you kill a ram for the guests to come and eat and they go. Is it a sin doing that? So that's my question. I'm done.
Whenever we are dealing with our mothers, our fathers back home, we have to be careful, because it is very difficult to take people's belief or custom away from them. You apply a lot of So the ideal thing is that when someone is bereaved, that person needs our support. It is not to be embodied by us again. So what we do it vice versa, which is not good. But that should not let us forget that there are some bereaved people who can finance the whole village. As rich as they are. So if those kind of bereaved people can empower people, do charity for them on behalf of the deceased, it is very, very good. That is it.
Let's go to the sister next, if you don't mind. And then
yeah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I actually echoed all the prayers being said by everybody here, and I pray that Almighty Allah accept them. And may He accept what we are doing also as part of our ibadah, and may He continue to grant us wisdom and everything we look forward to. There are 2 questions. One is the one that's been bothering me, which just came up here, the issue of counseling. I'm aware of a particular group offering Islamic counseling where they charge £50 per hour. And the problem I have with that is not the money, but it's the composition of the counselors. I'm fortunate to be in an organization where I can set a direction with other people, not alone. And it's one of those things that I'm considering for the past 12 months. How do we come about it? To have this group of people, or even 1 or 2, as a marriage counselor. But the problem, or let me say, what I've been perceiving as a problem is the people I'm looking at, I'm just imagining them now being seated, looking at 3 or 4 people that I want to consider to go for training and to be used as marriage counselors. These are the same set of people that people are now having less respect for them because of interaction with members, because of the way they've carried themselves. They've lost their integrities in the community. These are the same people where there are allegations against them. And I wonder how I want to promote that if these are the same set of people that you want to use as your marriage counselor. Given that, is it allowed for me to constitute a marriage council outside my own masjid. Say, for instance, I decide to get 3-4 people, one from Camberwell, one from Man, one from any other mosque, to say, oh, these are the marriage councillors, or these are councillors for this masjid, and they come from different places just to come there and do it. Is that allowed, or must it be within my masjid? That is the first one. That is a point that an objective that I'm trying to achieve in my current capacity as one of the trustees anyway. Then the second one is the question that people sometimes ask me. Is marriage a must? Must I marry? Thank you.
Our Honorable Nakib, God bless you, sir. I think we have an umbrella association, and the powerful secretary is here seated. So if we are thinking of finding some things difficult from within, so far we have an umbrella association that every other organizations respect and see as the alpha and omega. They can do that job for us, that they will have a counseling team that will be serving the purpose of all other Muslim organizations as well here in the UK. Then a kind of professional fee will be paid to their accounts for rendering that services. So their umbrella team can also train other members from other organizations and or facilitate their training and be sponsored by the sister organization. Then we'll have a distribution of assignment, what's it called? Division of assignments and duplication. So let's start with them first. So if the result is applauded, I think every other organization will constitute inner counseling team to make sure things work out, because we need it. Regardless of whatever anybody will say, we need it. We are losing our young ones to the hands of the callous ones. Secondly, is marriage compulsory? Is marriage a must? I think I sent a video to you on that. One of my lectures to you. Is marriage a must? It's a must. It's a must for the capable ones. It is not a must for those that we have mentioned that they are not capable. You can't marry your daughter out to an insane or drug addict, a madman, or someone who is living in abject poverty that cannot feed himself. You can't marry your daughter out. So it's not must for those categories. But for someone who is sane, who is financially capable to take care of 1 or 2 people, shelter, clothing, it is a must. And the Prophet says, An-nikahu sunnati, marriage is my tradition. Faman raghiba an sunnati, whoever that is against my tradition or who abandons it willingly, that he doesn't want to do it, falaysa minni, is not among me. So look at the implication of Prophet expelling someone out of his list. It is a very, very dangerous thing. So it is a must for some people. It is not a must for some people.
People get frustrated in marriage, maybe after 3 persons of marriage. Be it a woman or a man, just say, look, I'm fed up.
Yeah, there is not for the young ones, not for the young ones. If you have tried it, you keep trying. You keep trying. Think about it, you can do.
For example, women doesn't like to, some doesn't like to move from one marriage, second marriage, third marriage. you know, they get this feeling weight on women.
Yes, and
let them say, well, I can continue doing it. But a woman after two,
and give up.
There is a video just about two weeks, a week now, though it's not a Muslim. I don't think she's a Muslim. The lady that came on TikTok and says she got married, the marriage doesn't pay her. She got married second time. The second marriage is worse than the first marriage. And she's a fake sniper. And she died.
She will be punished in the hereafter.
We understand that. If you don't go to that extreme and just try that, look, I've been doing it doesn't work. And I think just say, what? Forget it.
If she would not commit zina, her excuse might be terrible. If she's mentally incapable of going further with another marriage, but she must not commit zina. She will not be forgiven if she commits it. There is no excuse for it. So that's why we need education. And we need to wash away some mentalities. Some people applied for visa for more than 10 times. They got it after the 10th time. So why didn't you give up? Àwọn kan bẹ nínú alúwà ní ìsìtàn àwọn wá visa, wọ́n bẹ ní church ìbámu tán ń àdúrà visa. What I'm trying to say is that if something is if you really want something and it does not work for you, you get it with resilience. So that's why I said education, counseling is very, very important. Some people don't have people to talk to. Some people can't express themselves. Some people are away from people who can help them. So this constitutes so many things in their heads. But they don't have help. They don't get help from the right source. Some people keeping friends. So it is the duty of Islamic organizations here. You are far away from your families. What we are enjoying back home, you are not enjoying it here. If a woman frustrates me, I have places to go at home. Last family house it is not happening here. That is why you have to constitute a counseling team, a formidable one. That's someone who wanted there are many ways. If you get it, do not bother. I want you to share lórí títí lásán gan. Bá kan dúró lórí títí àdúgbò tó ṣe báyìí. Àwọn gbàgbé gbogbo frustration rẹ̀. Wọ́n gbé ọ. Níṣẹ́ àwọn social workers ó dé ìlú àgbẹ̀. So what we are enjoying there, you are not enjoying it. So create it artificially. You have to create that atmosphere to help homes here. Because
I know. We're only going to take two last questions now because that is coming. Because the Shah is coming in, and also time is fast. So we'll take a question from our sister at the back and our brother, inshallah. So let our sister go for that. We'll come back to you, sir.
Yeah. That's what I want to ask.
I'm ready.
Salu ala Nabi Karim. Yeah, mo fẹ́ mọ̀ kí ni Islamic perspective when it comes to, as sister said, I'll classify it as sickness, like incompetent men. Because it's a general talk. It's not, when I came across this discussion, it's not Islamic, it's general. We're general. There's other tribe, ethnics, and others. Talking about men, that most of the men, that turned to gay today, they have incompetent. Like they don't.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله هيا على الصلاة هيا على الصلاة هيا على الفلاح هيا على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
No.
Yeah, a sọ wípé àwọn ọkùnrin ò fẹ́ marry. Oh, sorry, yeah. So about men, incompetent in men, does Islam knows talk about it? Do we have any topic about it in Islam?
Competency in what way?
Like they cannot perform.
Okay, is an impotent.
Impotent, yeah.
Marriage is not compulsory for an impotent.
It's not compulsory. So is there any rukia for it?
Of course. That's what I want to say. That if medical help is sought and spiritual help is sought as well, and if eventually it's potent, then marriage becomes compulsory. Okay. You can't marry your daughter to someone who will be looking at her. Yes, then even a woman can file for divorce if the husband becomes an impotent after several years. You can file for divorce. Yes.
Yes. Regarding something you just said right now about the sister that they said committed suicide, you said that such a person will not be seen in paradise.
Yes.
Is that actually a right perception to relate, given that Islam says when you have a mental instability, when you are not mentally right, when you make a decision such as killing yourself, that such a person is not at fault in the presence of Allah. But yet you said that such a woman that kills herself because of marriages that has failed or whatnot, that such a person would not be granted Jannah. Will be punished as in may not be granted Jannah. But Islam says such a person is not at fault.
Your question is different from my judgment, my verdict. So anything that you do under insanity is not a sin. No, mental incapacitation does not mean insanity in totality. And tó ti ya wèrè tí o máa ti ṣe mọ́ ni wọ́n sọ pé Ọlọ́run ò forí Ọlọ́run ò ní bí ní nǹkan àbúrú tó bá ṣe. But tó ṣì wà under control díẹ̀, ó rí heart rẹ̀ control ni. Torí pé emotion rẹ̀ ò rí control wá lọ para rẹ̀ torí pé ayé ti fẹ́ parẹ́ o, ayé ò ní parẹ́. Yóò continue ni. So it's not a mental issue. Yeah. Frustration.
That's perhaps you're not understanding. The person in that moment of what is happening to them experience that insanity, that mental incapacity to cope with what is happening to them. They cannot bear the thought that such thing is happening to them. So therefore, they jump in the river.
They are not insane. They are not insane. Only that they couldn't control their emotion.
No, you can't say that. That is not by emotion.
Yes, that's what even.
In that moment,
it's not insane. Yes.
It is a case that
they couldn't handle their frustrations. It's not insanity.
Mental issue is real. We kind of undervalue it in our. Sorry, pardon? Okay, so I think in our culture we totally undermine it. We think that just because somebody is eating and breathing and doing what they're supposed to do as a mechanic that they are okay. That's not fair. There are some people that they cannot cope. They cannot cope mentally. This is what is happening to people because there's no one to discuss it with. There's no one to say. To go to. And as such, the next thing that they think when it all becomes too much, they do take that poison. They do commit acts that should never even have crossed their mind because of what is happening to them in that moment.
Anybody that kills, suicide is not by those who are insane. Suicide is caused by those who are sane but could not undo the frustration. That is when it is regarded as suicide. You understand? But a madman, someone who is already mentally incapacitated, if he kills him or herself, is overlooked. But because of a problem you are going through, then you now decide to terminate your life. Allah doesn't joke with it. That's not insanity. That's not insanity. I get what you are saying, but that is not insanity. Let me. Secretary General.
I'm just joking. Ustad, Assalamu alaikum. My question is about value.
Value?
Yes.
Okay. Oh.
In Islam, I know somebody that's a student that continues to learn.
Okay. Yes.
If you learn in a particular field, you have a value you want to derive from it.
Mm-hmm.
Then you mentioned our ustads in Nigeria, the shuyuk, the way they deliver their things, they are not paid and all that. There's something missing,
okay,
which I know they are fast themselves. They need to address.
Okay.
When they were going for this studies, what value do they have on mind when they come to the public? Because that is why we see them. You know what it means? You're turning yourself into a beggar.
Of course.
So in the Islamic community, there's something I see missing, and it's even here, because amongst Nigerians, everything is not feasibility. Like that's the way me I stand. I read a material, this is American context anyway, they said if $1 enters the Asian community, if it comes out, it becomes $2. If it enters the Indian community, perhaps to become 3 times 3. You know the Indians, the way they are. But if it comes to black community, that $1 will come back as 50 cents. And now juxtapose that to the Islamic community. How do we?
حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله. الله أكبر. الله أكبر.
Oh God.
Now الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر.
Oh, you know.
سمع الله لمن حمده.
No.
الله أكبر. الله. الله.